the mouth, right? What do you got in your mouth that helps you digest it? Saliva. What else? Enzymes are, yeah, part of that saliva. Absolutely. Good job. You went hard. Teeth. Yeah, big time. Yeah, your teeth help break that down. Linus lost his first tooth. He's 6. He's a little late to the game. But man, I've never seen kids so excited. He pulled it right out himself. No tears. It was pretty awesome. Tooth Fairy came last night. Pokemon cards. So, oh boy, was he excited. But he got no good pulls. What's that?
It caught my mom like walking up
Oh
in
no.
my room.
Oh
She
no.
woke me up because she's so loud and I'm like, Tooth Fairy's not.
Oh.
I did this. I know this.
They still believe. They're true believers at this point.
I lost a tooth.
Um, Okay, what else is in your mouth? You got saliva, you got your tongue. Yeah, your tongue's gonna, and the sides of your mouth are gonna help kind of form that little bolus. Where's your food go after your mouth? Esophagus, then where's it go? Stomach, then where's it go? Small intestine, then where? Large intestine, then the rectum, then out into the world. Okay. Somebody asked me this question earlier today. They go, hey, so I stub my toe, ouch. How, and I take Advil. How does it know where to go? Okay, I put it in my mouth, I swallow it. How does it know where to go? It doesn't. It goes everywhere. If you have a headache, your headache also goes away because it goes into your stomach, into your small intestine, into your bloodstream. Then it goes from your bloodstream, right, to the lungs, to the body, to the lungs, to the body, right? Everywhere. Your stomach does not do the absorption. Your stomach is mere blender. It breaks stuff down. And there's one thing about the stomach that I hope you all know, and maybe you just never made the connection, because everybody just instantly thinks like, oh, my stomach is the main digestive. Okay, your stomach just kind of like breaks it all down. Okay, your small intestine is what absorbs all the nutrients and sends it to the cells to do the duties, right? Okay, so why doesn't your stomach absorb the Advil? Okay, or your food? There's something inside the stomach that prevents it. Close. Close, but there's a lining, there's an acid, there's something else inside your stomach. Okay, that is a huge barrier to all foods. Okay, what's that? It's also really important. If you don't have this in your stomach, you're going to be in pain, like serious, like pain. Nope. What's inside your stomach that keeps it safe, but also prevents things from being absorbed.
Your liver? Are you talking about like the little flap thing?
Guys, there is an opening. Here's a little random story. So I dated this girl, Shelly, in high school. She, her house always smelled like vegetable soup. It was really weird. First time I went over there, like we just first started dating. She goes, come over and meet my parents. I was like, cool. I was really nervous. I walked in. I was like, oh, what a nice house. I'm like, are we having vegetable soup for dinner tonight? And she goes, no, why? And I was like, no reason. And then every time from then on out, when I would go to her house, it smelled like vegetable soup. I could never figure it out. It's the weirdest thing. Never once. And I dated her for like 8 years. Did we ever have vegetable soup? Oof. Anyway.
What does that have to do with the little?
Okay, so here's the story. So Shelly, my senior year of high school, Blackford High School, I was in swimming. She was in drama. Okay, we were a fairly big high school. Blackford wasn't at the time, like around almost 1,000 kids. So you couldn't like do like, when I got here, I couldn't believe it. Like people were like in like drama, choir, band, swimming, and then club soccer and soft, like 4 minutes, like that never happened when I was growing up, like ever. Like you pick one thing and that was it. Okay, so she was in drama. I kind of like drama, but I couldn't do it because like swimming like took too much of my time. So she came up to me one day and she said, hey, I got to tell you something. I ended up like making out with this guy, David Showalter. Okay, we're like after like play practice. And I was like ticked, right? So I knew something about David Showalter. Here's the point of the story. David was born with a defect in his stomach, so that your esophagus goes down your stomach, but your stomach has a sphincter. So literally a butthole here and a butthole here. Okay. So the butthole dumps the food into your small intestine. This butthole opens up to let the food in. Y'all with me on this? This butthole is really important because I don't know if any of you have ever had acid reflux or heartburn, right? You want to keep the acid in there. Heartburn is the worst. It feels like you can't breathe, like you're gonna have a heart, like you're like having a heart attack, chest pains. Like, trust me, if you never had, you're like, what are you talking about, Perma? Someday you're gonna be like, oh, Jabin, now I know. I mean, it's the worst. It's horrible. It's horrible, right? Yeah, yeah.
I worked with ABCs twice in one hour and I got hurt.
Oh yeah, that'll do it. 100%. So anyways, he was born without that. So he couldn't stand on top of his head. Okay. Right. Like he couldn't do like a handstand because all the stomach contents would come out. He also, his like child bed, I'm sure his bed right now, like had to be on like an angle because if he laid flat, all of his stomach contents would go into his esophagus and then he would choke and die. Okay. I told you, maybe I told you the story. So I confronted him like a man. I went up to him and I go, "Did you kiss my girlfriend?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I go, he goes, "Yeah, I did. What are you gonna do about it?" I was like, "I don't know, nothing." I tripped him. And I went down and I pinned his shoulders into the ground with my knees. And I watched the stomach contents come up out of his mouth. And he's like praying to let him go. I wouldn't let him go. Because he kissed my girlfriend, right? Okay? Yeah. Yeah. No, but I thought about it. He was huge. He was muscly. I was scrawny. Okay, but we broke up. Then we got back together. Then we broke up. There you go. Yeah.
You've seen American Pie, right?
Yeah.
Penalize. Remember that scene?
Well, I don't remember that scene.
The thing that like helps people get rid of constipation.
Oh yeah. I could have done it. Yeah. I'll time travel back and do that. Yeah, there we go. Anyway, okay, so stomach, that's not it. That's what you said, like that little thingy. Okay, that's not it. What prevents your stomach from absorbing food?
Just not do it. Like, does it just not absorb it?
I'll tell you, and you'll be like, gosh, it's mucus. Okay, why is your stomach filled with mucus?
Maybe so it doesn't like acid.
Yeah, so the acid doesn't eat away. If the mucus goes away, what happens to the acid? Okay, it eats the wall of the stomach. That's called an ulcer. By the way, your mom doesn't give you an ulcer, your dad doesn't give you an ulcer, your boyfriend, your job, your school, none of that stuff. Ulcers are not caused by stress. Stress only increases the amount of acid in your stomach, so it irritates the ulcer. We'll talk more about how ulcers form in your body. Yeah.
Oh, I was
Mhm. Yeah.
when I was born, my stomach was like, I had like a lot of extra mucus in it.
Ooh.
And so my lungs were like getting full. of it.
Ooh,
I had to,
crazy.
like, do a bunch of weird stuff to like get all of it.
Gosh, that's crazy. Well, mucus is crazy because cystic fibrosis, that's like too much mucus in the lungs, right? I thought you were going to say like the first name you thought maybe.
I was.
All right. So your small intestine is what absorbs all the food. Remember the question I keep asking. What's the number one question in this class? Why do we eat food? And that's to open doors, right? Okay, why do I need that food? Because I need to generate the ATP. How do I get the ATP? I eat the food, it blends it up in the stomach, it goes to the small intestine. These little villi send it to the bloodstream, which pumps it to the lungs and the heart and then to the body, right? Okay, so that I can generate that so I can think, I can move my muscles and do all those things, right? Okay, so we're going to do a deep dive into the digestive system this week. I posted this on Classroom. I just went ahead and did it before because somebody else asked me, like, I don't want to take a picture of this. Can I just have it now? I'm like, what? Why not? Okay, all right. That's enough of that. Now, what I'd like for you to do is to get out your this thing. I asked Lace to let me borrow hers for an example. So everybody open up this thing, and I want to talk a little bit about, they made some modifications. So this looks different than it did this morning, which is really, really good. Yeah. May 7th is going to be the presentation. On Friday of this week, this is going to be due, but most people are going to have it done today or tomorrow. Okay. But I'm going to officially grade these to give you points for them on Friday. Okay, everybody open this up because I want to talk a little bit about it. This looks much better than it did this morning, by the way, which is kind of cool to see the progress. I hurt my knee when I went down. That was a bad idea. By the way, that is a true story about David Showalter. I mean, I didn't like put my knees into him, but he was born without a pilot instinctor, and he did kiss my girlfriend. So,
I don't even know where mine's at. I don't remember. I was thinking about it when I was driving. I think my was in my drive. I did. Yeah. Yeah, I had a look on. And then they said, Brittany, you are finally dismissed. And I'm like, cool. I've been here since no way.
everybody got this? Now, this one's not perfect yet. I'm going to ask him to make a few changes, which is minor. These are all minor. All right, I'm going to show you something. So this is a Google slide. When you guys present your stuff, you're going to just hit present, and this is just going to make this really big. Remember, this is a prop. What I would do in real life is we would print these off. You would have written all this stuff up yourself, okay? And so this is for me to just show you like how this would be done in real life. Okay, y'all with me on this? So earlier today, this picture was up here just because they saved it, like they wanted to just kind of remember to put it there. And this was all text. So what I told them to do was this. I go cut off the text, just erase it, so you'll have room for a picture. Okay? They did that, and it looks great. They're now searching for a couple pictures, so they're going to eliminate some text here to put maybe a picture of the some of the procedures, or in methods here, a picture here would work as well. Okay, the text is important, yes, in real life. Okay, but also you want to make it look like some of the real ones in real life. So that's why I sent you the link in Research Prep 6 that gave you the picture of all these. You know what I'm saying? Make it look like one that you would find. Now, this looks great. They've got their names. Okay, they've got where they're from. Clinical Research Department, AIDS and TB Unit, Ministry of Health. Okay, Clinical Research Department. Okay, but they didn't tell me where. So tomorrow I'm going to say, like, give me a place. Where is this? South Africa? Is it North America? Is it Boston? Okay. The other thing that's wrong with this at this point is that the title needs to be big, the names smaller, and the affiliations the smallest. Okay. Big, smaller, smallest. This looks great. The text is all the same font. The headings, yes, are bigger, which is good. Visually, this is coming along. Everything down here is looking good. This is great text-wise, except for where it is, and I need this bigger. Y'all with me on this? Okay, so I want you to work with your people on pasting your stuff in and making it look more like this. Okay? I'm going to give you the rest of the time to do that. Yes, Matthew. This first sentence of each paragraph that you copy. Okay?